Man, I think the video that I just did is doing pretty good. I've gotten quite a bit of likes and comments on it. Looks like everyone's bitching and complaining because you didn't do it in normal picture profile and make everything the same. Looks like you didn't do a good job about that, did you? I mean, I can't do it all. I can't make everybody happy. Sounds like some lame-ass excuse to me. I mean, I can. Well, you better get your ass on it because somebody else is gonna beat you to the punch and you don't want that, do you? I hate you so much, Kyle. I hate you so much. Still no sponsored videos here because those are all lies. Just remember that. They're always all lies because no matter what they say, you can't get anything for free and not be unbiased. So I took some of the comments from the last video and I'm going to redo this one with just the Pocket 3 with your all's input. That way I can get a better review for you because I am the people's champ, or I'm trying to be the people's champ. Either way. Is that what you think? You think? I have this in not vivid profile, but normal, and I'm gonna do the Pocket 3 in normal and in DLOG M, and we're gonna do the same test all over again. I'll have timestamps down below. That way you can take a look at everything. That way it's easy for you to navigate, and you can see it in real time. Plus, I will also have a larger screen in pure, pretty much 4K, and then another screen in 4K, and then I'll have them kind of side by side. That way you can take a look at both of them in real time once again. Because someone was really upset that I couldn't have it in a huge 4K screen and then another 4K screen. They said I compressed it too much and they didn't like it, which is fair. So I'm gonna do that test. Here we go. Okay, this is 2 of them, which is a lot easier than hitting 4 of them. We got the Pocket 3 in normal picture profile. I have active track on just because it's just easier to track me in the box. And we have my X5, which is honestly becoming one of my favorite cameras. Still wouldn't give up my GoPro 13 or Action 5. It's a whole different story. We're in pretty bright daylight. It should look pretty good here. Both of them are in normal. I turned off the vivid profile on the X5 because someone was butthurt about that as well. How's it look? Looks pretty good if you ask me. This is a DLOG M and I'm going to slap the DJI LUT on there and I'm going to grade it because you're not going to just throw it on there and call it a day. Probably increase some saturation. Also, I did take off the mist filter, which I would normally have because I just like it misty and it looks a lot better once I grade it. It's still looking pretty good on both ends, I feel like. And now we're gonna do normal picture profile on my Pocket 3 and we will go from the bright sunny weather to inside and in the dark. And we'll come back out just to have a good thoroughness. And you can see how the dynamic range will change and kind of go from there. I have kept this on the normal and not the pure shot video on the X5. It'll probably tell me here when I'm recording in the dark that I need to change it. But I think it's still gonna look pretty good if you ask me. And kind of go from there. Hopefully you can see this pretty good because my plan is I'm gonna have it like, it'll have the Pocket 3 on full screen, then I have the X5 on a full screen, and then I'll have them like on top and on bottom. That way you can take a look at it in normal picture profile. How's it look? Hopefully it doesn't look too terribly bad. Now I'm going to have this in DLOG M and do the same tests as I did with a normal picture profile because I shoot in DLOG most of the time. And we're gonna keep doing the walking, talking tests. My arm's getting tired. Gotta switch arms. And someone's gonna be like in the comments, I guarantee you, they'll be like, well, why didn't you do it in HLG? Well, I don't ever grade HLG, so I don't even know how to do that, to be honest with you. And I avoid that. because I like D-Log. It's a lot easier to grade. This one actually has iLog in the X5, which I think they have their own LUT and everything like that I could slap on there, but that's just more work in the Studio app, which I really don't want to do, to be honest with you. D-Log M graded versus the normal picture profile in the X5. And I will also have the X5 in normal picture profile and see what it looks like in comparison to the vivid profile, because somebody's going to be like, why didn't you compare those two? I like the normal picture profile instead of the vivid one. I'll be like, well, I did it for you too here. This is the vivid picture profile. Obviously the greens are gonna be greener, the reds are gonna be redder. I noticed that the redness of my face, which is not super red all the time, is more red. So take that forever, however you want. But I kind of like it a little bit better than the flat. That way I don't have to add any more saturation in post. Just for shits and giggles, I have this on the 5.7K in HDR standard profile, just to throw that in the mix. I guess I'll throw in that iLog just to test it out for you all, but honestly probably won't ever use it, just because it's just more grading on 360 footage, which sometimes is painful. And here's iLog, which I'm gonna hopefully just slap on that LUT that Insta360 gives me and have a look at that and see what I can do with it, which hopefully is okay. I mean, my front porch is super dirty right now. Can you tell? Look. And I have it, and you can only do this in 5.7K. You can't do this in 8K. So I don't know if that's going to be negative or not. I don't even know what it's going to look like. Hopefully it looks okay. So I'm grading this on here on DaVinci Resolve in my dirty kitchen. There is a way to actually just slap on the LUT right here. As you can see, you can just slap that baby on there and then it changes it. So if you go here and you take it off, you can just slap it on there. That's nice. It still looks terrible though. Don't shoot an iLog. Don't shoot an iLog. I'm gonna do this voiceover because I know someone's gonna complain that I didn't put all four of these in normal, vivid, HDR, and iLog. So here you go, guys. Indoor lighting once again. This is kind of fluorescent light coming from above the ceiling. Some lighting from the outside. It's not super sunny outside, so this is kind of what it looks like. I will tell you, whenever I was in 5.7K on the X5 and not the 8K and low light pure shot, it was super like noisy already. So I would honestly probably just stick to the 8K and low light with the pure shot. How's it look? Does it look okay? Trying D-Log. This is D-Log M, same conditions, got the fluorescent lights going. I will grade this. I really want to put my phantom LUT on there, but then most people don't have that, and that would be how normal people would do. And then someone would get mad at me and be like, you're trying to do things with the phantom LUT. So I'll do it with that, and I'll add some saturation, probably add some contrast, tweak it to how I like, and see what I can do. Still normal picture profile on the X5. Here is a true test of what everybody wants to see probably, is indoor low light. That's super low light right now, and we're gonna go into more low light because I'm in a hallway with no lights on. Now this light turned on because we're gonna go upstairs to an even darker environment, and I'm gonna try to not trip over my selfie stick here. And X5 is probably using the backlight there, and we will go over here, and I'm trying not to trip over a lot of things. There's a window back there to help me get some more light in, and we'll see how it does with the contrast in shades, because this is very common. I can actually open this up for you, see what it looks like, and then dim it down, because a lot of people will run into windows exactly like that. And both of them, normal picture profile, no changes anything. I'm trying not to die here. How's it looking? This is kind of in the middle where it's way darker than you would probably ever want it to look like. And this is D-Log M X5 doing the same tests and someone's gonna be like, put it in PureVideo or the low light mode on the DJI, why didn't you do that? And I'm gonna be like, okay, I might do that. You know, I forgot to turn on active track on my face there on the Pocket 3. So same test, same window. Let's see how the exposure does here. And if I could bring up back some of the highlights, maybe, but my face is super dark here. And how's that look? Go back in the middle, kind of go from there. Hopefully it will look okay. I'm hoping. Yeah. You cannot do active track on the Pocket 3 in low light mode. I forgot about that. And we're in low light on both of these. And I'm already upstairs because I didn't want to make this super duper long. But how's it handling in what we call the low light mode? I won't turn that on too much because it's low light. It's backlit over there. But it is super dark up here because I had to turn all lights off and see what it looks like. It should look pretty good on both of them. Just so you can get a reference, this is on the ZVE1. I'm going to show you the low light scenario out here. There's no lights on out here, and we got these little tiny lights. It's about 8:37. This thing is a monster in low light, and I will show you the difference that this has over the Pocket 3 and the X5. Low light test indoors, and we're gonna go outdoors. This is normal picture profile. Hopefully it turns out okay. And you've seen the example of what I use in my ZVE1. And I had a pretty low light lens on there, and you could, it actually, like, I feel like makes light on the mirrorless camera. There's some light right there, and there's some lights over here in the background. That way you can see. But it should look pretty good on both of them right now, but this is definitely a lower light scenario that most people would probably run into, but not ideal conditions, obviously. Same test, DLOG M, from inside back to the outside world. Wonder who's going to win on this one. Now, I do have the low light on the X5, or the pure shot mode, which is the low light, and it still is doing pretty good for a 360 camera. Can't complain about it whatsoever. Cannot. We'll do the little spin because we got light over there, got lights back here. But I really think the Pocket 3 is going to win in this case. I've done a lot of tests on the Pocket 3 and DLOG, normal and low light, and usually DLOG M, the ISO doesn't go as high on it in DLOG. It doesn't make as much noise, and that's kind of what you want. Granted, you can denoise quite a bit of things. Last test, this is the true low light mode in the Pocket 3 and low light with the X5, which I don't ever use, but somebody will, and somebody will appreciate it. Doing the same scenario, you cannot active track with the Pocket 3 in low light because I guess it can't track you, but we'll see how this goes. Try not to hit a branch. It doesn't look too bad on the screen. Got some light over there. I'm sure that in any scenario, if you're got like DaVinci, Premiere Pro, any of the software, you can probably denoise a few things and make it look a little bit better. But it will have a lot of processing power, but you can clean up things Hell, most of the sponsored videos on the internet, they're all like denoise. They're post-processed to the best quality ever. I didn't do hardly anything to any of these besides grade them and put them up on there. Somebody was asking about photos, so I took a photo on the Pocket 3 and I took a photo on the X5 in the same environment to see what they look like. Pocket 3 has 9 megapixel photos. This one has 72, but that's for the full 360 degree view. I'll have them both side by side, see which one you like. I don't think you're buying the Pocket 3 for photos, but I don't know, maybe. A lot of people are gonna buy the X5 for photos, and it actually does take pretty good photos. And I did the audio test with the Pocket 3 and the X5 on the last video. You can go back and take a listen to that. The X5 audio is actually not too terribly bad. Now, another thing is, I did figure out a way to connect 2 mics. I just have to have the receiver in there. So here's the Mic Mini. I'll do it with the Mic 2 too, but you should be able to connect 2 receivers to this thing and see how it works. And this is me, first time trying this. See how it goes. So in order for the receiver to actually work, you actually have to wait for the camera to power on, then put in the receiver, then you can use your mics. Now, the audio levels aren't working on the Mic Mini here. I can't see them going back and forth. I have one of the mics behind me. Now I'm going to reverse it and see if it actually works. I'll probably just leave one here and see how it goes. And we'll do a test. So over here, I'm gonna just start whispering. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And I will go back and get the other mic and see what happens. And I'm on the other mic. I still can't see the audio levels, but granted my back's turned, and hopefully it still works and you can still hear me, or this test was completely worthless. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully that worked, but you can't have the receiver plugged in already beforehand because you won't get any sound out of it, which maybe there'll be a firmware fix, software fix, some type of fix. Either way, I'm just happy you can use it. Okay, now we are on the Mic 2s, and for some reason, I can see the audio levels on here. Couldn't see them on the Mic Mini. It may just be one of those glitches on there. I got 2 of them in front of me, and we're inside. That way we have a more controlled environment. I'll put one mic down and see if it works, and see if you can discern the 2 different audio sources, because I can actually fix it in, post, but some people won't believe me. And I'm pretty far away. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. If you can see this, I'm actually jumping over my lazy dog, but I'm not a fox. And we'll try the other mic. And here's the other mic of the Mic 2s. Hopefully you can hear it. My dog's still laying down. Gonna jump over her. Whoop. And we're gonna whisper. Quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm barely whispering in here. The good thing is, if all else fails, you have internal recording on the Mic 2s jumping over her again. And how did that sound test go? Because it's actually kind of important for me to have 2 microphones. Now, this thing's barely hanging on, I'll be honest, and it doesn't seem very safe whatsoever on the receivers. We're still on the Mic 2s. Honestly, it may just be worth just connecting it wirelessly, because there's no sense in putting the receiver in unless you got 2 people, which is important for me. But this whole thing right here where it's just super dangerous, which I'll try to show you a video of it. I'll record it on Pocket 3. It just looks real janky. You don't really want a janky solution hanging off and you're like, oh no. So, but it appears that they do work, and I figured out my dilemma, which is nice. I love this Instaframe thing. Now, granted, that does make a separate file for you that's 1080p, so you can actually just upload it into an MP4 format, and you can upload it and you don't have to reframe anything. But actually using the 360 footage, it kind of keeps you in frame and it makes it easier. So I'm actually uploading it in 5.7K, which is super nice. In conclusion, I still think this is a absolutely wonderful camera. You really can't go wrong with the Action 5, the GoPro, in daylight conditions. In nighttime conditions, GoPro's gonna lag behind. Action 5's gonna continue to work, But this X5 is super impressing me. Hopefully the footage will help you out, help you like figure out a decision that you want to make. I do like the 360 footage, but it is more painful to edit if you're going to do just pure YouTube videos. If you're doing it just for social media, you can get on the app, super easy. If you're doing it on the desktop, it's a little harder and it's more painful. But if you know what you're doing, you do it a few times, it shouldn't be too hard. Also, when I notice, if you connect the mics in the Insta360, there's a weird super audio lag with your external mics on there. So you might want to be hesitant on using the Insta360 on there because it sounds really weird and distorted and just lagging behind. I don't know if that's just a firmware software issue or whatnot. And finally, someone's going to say, hey, would you pick the Pocket 3 or would you pick the X5? I still think I would pick the Pocket 3 for my use case because, like I said, I do mainly YouTube videos. I rarely post like vertical videos on social media, and I rarely ever do shorts, like ever. They might change, who knows. But I still like it for what I need to do. It still does better in low light. It's still got a bigger sensor. These sensors on the X5 are still very much an upgrade from the X3. I did not have an X4 to compare. I'm sure there's plenty of other people who will do that. I just didn't buy that one because I was kind of disappointed in the X3 and I sold it already. And as always, if you got anything out of this, if it helped you out whatsoever, like, comment, subscribe. I will have some affiliate links down in the description if you want to buy them. You don't have to buy them off me. I'm just here trying to build up my channel, trying to help out the masses, trying to be the people's champ.
Is that what you think? You think?
Hopefully they'll help you out and to make your decision. You can't go wrong with either one. And I will do the Action 5 if you really want me to. I probably will regardless. But if you really, 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 really want me to, put something down in the comment. I'll compare the X5 directly to the Action 5. And we'll see. We'll do that test. See how that one, and see who wins on that. And I'm still waiting on the underwater test because I don't have the dive case and they don't sell them. And you need a dive case for a 360 camera. Or I could probably just get in a bunch of dirty water and no one would care. That might be the scenario that I run into.